Radio is incredibly popular. It's still more popular than TV in most countries.
Yes.
It's still doing incredibly well. In the UK, they have what's called now DAB, which is digital audio broadcasting, which again is another higher level than FM. With the smart speakers around the world, selling now around the world, again it's increased the audience because people now can literally by saying something, Alexa, switch on 99 FM, it's on.
99 FM, your inspiration station. Top of the morning to you. Time for our Royal Hustler. And today we have a man that I've been talking about all morning. He goes by the name of Kevin Bellwood. He spent the majority of his life in media as a presenter, producer, programmer. That was a question, and a music director. Now he was also, or is still, a journalist and editor-in-chief. His role was head of broadcast at NRG Media, a group of national radio stations in Kenya. In the UK, where he's originally from, he regularly gave lectures on broadcasting and media in post-conflict arenas at universities in the UK and consulted on a number of media projects, both in the UK and in Africa. I almost said Africa. It's me and my twang. Kevin has extensive experience in project management, strategic planning and marketing, as well as strong interest and experience in international development through media. Now get this, 2 years of his life was spent in South Sudan as a editor-in-chief of the national UN radio station, Radio Miraya, where he was responsible for over 100 staff across the country. Kevin, an exceptional resume. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Mo, and thank you very much indeed for inviting me onto Royal Hustlers. I've heard it many times, and I'm a guest.
Well, here Fantastic. You are, Royal Hustler.
Thank you.
Now, getting straight into it, who are you? Like, what are you all about? Where were you born? How's life? How was life for you?
I was born in the northwest of England. For many of your listeners who don't know where the northwest of England is, it's where Manchester United lives.
Glory, glory, Man United. Thank you very much. I'm a huge fan.
I know you are. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. That's why I said it. That's where I was born. I was born a long time ago, Mo. Long time ago.
Humans ago?
Loads.
Like yesterday.
It was in black and white when I was born. So I was born there. I was brought up there. I haven't lived there for a long time.
Right.
Then I moved to all around the country and all around the world. As I say, radio's always been in my blood. Always been in my blood. I did my very first radio show when I was 15 years old. Can you imagine that?
15 years old?
15 years old.
That's when you started?
I've been in radio for 43 years. Now you can work out how old I am, can't you? Hey?
Yeah.
You can work out how old I am. So radio's in my blood. Radio media is in my blood. And I've always enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed writing. I've always enjoyed broadcasting. As you mentioned, journalism. I started when I was 16 years old at the local newspaper, writing stories and doing all sorts of things behind the scenes in a local newspaper. And ever since then, I've been in media and entertainment.
Right. I mean, considering that you've been in media, journalism for the longest time, I mean, since you're 15, would you say that, you know, with time and the change in time and technology, you know, the way you broach stories or you broach anything that you're going to be talking about or something that you're going to write about, how much has it changed for you?
Well, I think news is more or less the same as it was 25 years ago. It's the same. We're still interested in the same things, aren't we? We're all interested in people. We're all interested in politics. We're all interested in human interest stories. I don't think they've changed. I think the technology has changed. When I first started, we had a typewriter. I bet you don't know what a typewriter is, do you?
I'm not. I mean,
just checking.
Come on,
Kevin. But we had typewriters in those days. Then, of course, we went on to computers. And now, literally, we can send a story and it can go across the world within seconds. Years ago, it had to be either telext or faxed, or but now it's all changed. It's all changed. The technology has changed our job. I think the interest in our job and what we do is still more or less the same. I think people are still interested in more or less the same things.
Growing up, You highlighted that you started off when you're 15 years old and then in the sector. Was that your biggest dream? Did you have anything else that you wanted to pursue, like a footballer maybe for Manchester?
No, you know what? I must be the only Englishman that's not really interested in football. I actually used to do karate. Well, I still do karate. I started karate when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
And I still do karate today. My dad still does it. He lives in the same place that we've always lived in the northwest of England. And my dad's 91 and he still does it as well. It keeps you young. Keeps you young, Mo. Keeps you young. So karate was my main thing rather than football. But you know, growing up in those days, you either did football or you did something else. But, and football, of course, all my mates were all playing football. But no, karate was my thing.
We're going to have to take a quick break, but when we do return, we're going to be delving into the business of things.
Fantastic.
As it were. Kevin Bellwood is our role hustler for this morning. We'll be back. K Bell, we call him here K Bell. KBZ, Kevin Bellwood, who is our role hustler for this morning. Kevin, did you have a side hustle, you know, growing up? Or do you just, this is all I'm doing, this is all I want to do? Talk to us about that.
I didn't. Media's always been on my blood. However, when I came back from South Sudan, I was kicking my heels for a while.
Right.
And actually built a little retail business in the UK. So we have a website, we have a physical shop where we sell handbags, we sell dresses, we sell all sorts of really nice things like that. So that's actually my side hustle now.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a side hustle when I was young, but I have a side hustle now, yeah.
And how's that going?
It's going very well.
COVID
has changed all our lives, hasn't it? It's changed all our businesses. It was a real struggle, I have to say, at the very beginning of COVID. We were closed in the UK. We were closed, I think, about 9 to 10 months out of 15 months. So, you know, rent has to still be paid. We still have to buy product. We still have to buy all sorts of things where the business needs to keep going.
Yeah.
But obviously we couldn't trade.
And not to digress too much, this is just off the back of Brexit also and the whole tumultuous economic situation.
Brexit?
Brexit?
Brexit. Oh, right.
We can get you breakfast.
Thinking about breakfast. Brexit, of course, changed again. Lots of things in the UK. Lots of things.
You touched a bit on COVID-19 and how it's really just put a lot of people in a situation. But how do you deal with that? What motivates you on a daily basis? You know, when you get out of bed, I'm like, you know what? This is why I'm waking up today.
You know, COVID, as I said, has changed all our lives. It's changed everything that we do, whether it's media, whether it's retail, whatever it is, it's changed. And I think that we'll either come out better people or we'll come out really, really depressed. I think actually we'll probably come out better people by the end of it. Motivation, you know, you've got to keep motivated. You have to keep motivated. Yeah, all sorts of things go on in your lives, whether it's about family, whether it's about friends, whether it's about things that you can't change. You can't change COVID. You know, nobody asked for it. You just have to keep going. You have to keep positive in these things. From my point of view, I always try and keep a happy disposition if I can.
Yeah.
I always try and keep positive. I always think there's light at the end of that tunnel, and I think with COVID there is light at the end of the tunnel. We will come out of this. We will definitely come out of it.
With such an impressive resume, an extensive resume also, what has been the most fulfilling aspect of your career?
All radio jobs are different. All radio jobs are different. They all have a different outcome. When I went to South Sudan, I think that my time in South Sudan changed my life. I spent 2 years working for the United Nations, working in quite a volatile country.
Yeah.
I was editor-in-chief of the radio station. I got involved with a children's charity whilst I was in South Sudan. And that children's charity worked towards keeping street children off the street and educating them. When I left South Sudan, I decided that I couldn't just leave that children's charity.
Right.
So I set a charity up in the UK, and we now raise money for children in South Sudan, and we educate over 1,000 children in South Sudan now. And also, we've a number of children have gone to Kampala in Uganda, and we also educate 40 of them as well who are quite vulnerable, and they've been through some terrible situations, and many of them are doing really well. We've just sent one of our first girls to Canada to study as a doctor.
Look at that.
So we've got a really lovely legacy to continue to build on there.
In addition to keeping a happy disposition,
Yeah.
How do you stay on top of your game?
I just think you've got to keep doing what you do best.
Yeah.
You know, you can take the foot off the gas, but you know, I'm 58 years old now. But you've got to keep going. You've got to keep moving and keep moving and keep doing what you do. You've got to keep ahead of new technology. You've got to keep ahead of new trends. You've also got to make sure that you keep on top of social media. So just keep ahead of the game.
Kevin, we are out of time, but I just wanted to...
Is that it, Mo?
To get
I can't believe it. I can't. I've been looking forward to it all week.
We'll get you back again in studio. Don't worry. I mean, you're here.
I'm here.
We will see you every day.
I'm here.
What would you say is the future of radio? Where are we headed to in this industry?
Radio has a great future. Radio has always had a great future from the minute that we switched it on in the early 20th century. Radio is incredibly popular. It's still more popular than TV in most countries.
Yes.
It's still doing incredibly well. In the UK, they have what's called now DAB, which is digital audio broadcasting, which again is another higher level than FM. With the smart speakers around the world, selling now around the world, again it's increased the audience because people now can literally by saying something, Alexa, switch on 99 FM, it's on. So and again with our app we can also have a touch of a button or touch of a press, and it's changed lots of things, and it's increasing the audience. And of course there's lots more radio stations coming on, not just in Namibia but across the world. And it's again increasing the audience across the audio spectrum.
Sibo and Mo in the morning would like to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
For
That's
your time
very kind of you. Thank you very
in
much indeed.
In the land of the brave.
Thank
Welcome.
You. I love Namibia, by the way. I've been here 2 weeks. And I love it. I love it so far.
You'll be traveling soon.
I'm going to be traveling to the coast next week. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, good. Just bring me some seawater.
I'll try. I'll try.
That was Kevin Bellwood, our royal hustler for this morning, talking to us about his childhood, his career, and of course his hopes and aspirations for the future of radio.
Thank you, Mo.
Royal hustler for today.
Royal Hustlers was proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today, better tomorrow.